Hi everybody, my name is Lily and I am starting up this YouTube channel. I have long wanted to venture into this path. It's not exactly unique. I feel like most people do these days. It has seemed kind of insurmountable sometimes of just like putting myself out there, but I think I'm going to do it. I want primarily for my channel to revolve around history and cemeteries, but it will probably morph into a whole lot of other stuff. I am a registered nurse and I work as a registered nurse, but I have a whole lot of other passions and loves in life, and one of them is history. I've often said that if I did not go down the healthcare or get into like other aspects of the medical world, that I would probably go down the historical path, the history path, and probably teach in some capacity. And so I became a nurse. So my other love is history. And I love cemeteries. I don't love it for any sort of weird or creepy, spooky anything. My mind doesn't even go there. But I love it for the history of it. It's peaceful, and it's kind of the meshing of several of my loves and passions in life. One being history, and the second being names, and families and lineage and family trees and all the things. I love finding unique names. I love name meanings. I love what's in a name. I started a blog when I was probably 11, I don't know. And it was called What's in a Name? And it's my belief that there's more to a name than just a meaning. You know, it's not a superficial thing. And I think that there's just more to it. And yeah, names can just sound cool and you like them just because you like them. But I also think that they have an impact on who we are as people. And so I love names, and a cemetery is both sides of that coin, I guess. And I love headstone cleaning. I'm just very amateur in that capacity. I don't, it's not a business. I don't, have working relationships with, groundskeepers or anything like that. I just do it in an amateur capacity and really enjoy doing it. So that's something that I will definitely be doing on this channel. And I hope to, as I am finding or cleaning headstones, whatever it is, visiting old cemeteries, if I, have particular interest in a headstone, a person, then I want to kind of deep dive into their life and see what I can find out about them. Because that's another thing that I really love about cemeteries and that I really love doing, is I enjoy making someone's memory present. Recognizing them as another one of God's children who walked this earth, went through trials and tribulations like we all do, experienced joys and losses and loves and everything in between. And here they are, maybe having been buried since the mid 1800s. The likelihood of anyone paying their respects to them are pretty slim, I would say. And so I like bringing their memory present. Don't mind the trash bucket and the car seat. I do not have children, but I do have a lot of nephews and nieces, and I always like to be prepared for my other babies. So today at Suggs Creek Cemetery It is in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, which is where I've been born and raised, which is in Middle Tennessee, the Middle Tennessee area, not far from Nashville. This is a historical landmark. There are some markers here where you can read more about it. There is a Revolutionary War soldier that is here that does have a marker put up by the DAR, or the DAR. There are some Civil War soldiers that are here as well. It's in a bit of disrepair, but I've also cleaned some headstones at this one, and I can, show that as well. It was originally, officially founded in 1800, but of course there are birth dates that far predate that, and burials that predate that as well. It was just officially, founded then. So yeah, today I was looking on Find a Grave on the app, but you can also go to findagrave.com. It's a wealth of information. It's an incredible site. They have cemeteries and burials cataloged all throughout the U.S. and many other parts of the world as well. Probably my favorite tool to use for some, I won't even call it basic information. It exceeds basic information a lot of times, but a great jumping point to digging in and finding out more about these sweet people that are no longer with us. So I was on Find a Grave, and I saw that there was I'm a volunteer for Find a Grave, so if there are picture requests of headstones, I can fulfill those. And so there is a request for a picture of a headstone of John Wesley Vick. I'm pretty sure John Wesley Vick. He was born in the mid 1800s, died early 1900s. And so I am going to track down that headstone and take a picture of it so I can upload it to Find a Grave. I think that's what we're going to do today, is I'm going to try and track down and photograph this headstone. So let's get started. So here's the cemetery, Suggs Creek Cemetery, and down around that way is the Revolutionary War soldier, and it really is so chock full of history. So I am looking for John Wesley Vick, and I've just walked into the cemetery, so we're gonna try and find it. You gotta love finding a Hamilton. That is my last name. This is Hannah J. Hamilton, wife of A.B. Smith, born August 20th, 1828, and died February 25th, 1896. So I love finding a Hamilton. Well, I have found another Vick, W.A. Vick, and Tenny Vick. 1843 birth date on him, and 1898 death date, which would line up most likely with John, who I'm supposed to be taking a picture of. So hopefully he's around here somewhere. I am going to check to see if W.A. was a sibling. So come to find out, yes, W.A. Vick was a sibling, a brother of John, who we are looking for. He was William Allen Vick. John's middle name is Wesley, so that's where I was grabbing that from. But William Allen Vick and his wife Tenny was actually Tennessee Temperance Castleman Vick. Castleman, of course, being her maiden name. So Tennessee Temperance called Tinny. I think that's so cute. So hopefully he is nearby. I will update again. And you gotta love finding your own name. Lillie, spelled my way. Lillie. He was not near his siblings, or sibling, which is over there. So still on the lookout. So this is an awesome find. This is a 1700s birth date. So he was born, this is Peter Myers. It's hard to see from here, but you can see Peter right there. And Myers is it's pretty hard to read, but Peter Myers, born 1793, December of 1793. So still nothing as far as finding John. John was single, so it's a little hard. He had never married, and so a lot of times you're going to see people grouped together. But I think because he was unmarried, he's probably just off on his own somewhere. So over there is where his brother and sister-in-law are. So I don't know, but I just had to show y'all Peter Myers, born 1793. Here is our Revolutionary War soldier, John Curry. Just unbelievable history. Born 1762 and died 1840. Thank you, John Curry, for your service. So this is not our guy, but this is a 1749 birth date. So this is Hugh. I can't quite tell the last name, possibly Guy, Guy. Hugh Guy, born 1749. And I had certainly forgotten that there are two Revolutionary War soldiers buried here. Before it was John Curry, and this is John Drennan. So yeah, he was in the South Carolina militia, and he was born in 1740 and died in 1816. So incredible. These are my favorite finds. I mean, that's my favorite era, my favorite finds. So and I love this headstone for the name, Josephus Osment, but really Josephus, oh, so good. Well, y'all, I am back at William Allen Vick and Tennessee Temperance Castleman Vick's headstone burial place, and I have searched every inch of this, and anything that was legible, even things that weren't, but that I could feel with my hands and gather the inscription best I could. Nothing fits. Nothing has revealed John Wesley Vick. So the sun is almost down, so I'm gonna call this one quits for now. You know, as you can see, all sorts of burials that there's a lot down in here. The headstone is just too weathered to be able to adequately read. Yeah, so I know he's somewhere in here, but I'm not sure where. I have looked over every part, so I'm gonna call this one quits for now and go back to my car. I'm back to my car with a wonky bun and a sweaty shirt and a sweaty body. That is the South during summer for you. So, I did not find John Wesley Vick's grave. It has to be in just such a state of disrepair that I just can't read it, or it's broken down, slid into the ground. I don't know. So, I may yet look again another day, but I gave it a good old college try this time. I'm telling you, I walked every inch of this cemetery, about twice over. So, and nothing. So, buddy on who he was and who his family was and all those things. We already know, of course, that he had a brother, William Allen Vick, and his sister-in-law, one of his sister-in-laws was Tennessee Temperance Castleman Vick. That he was single, unmarried all of his life, and passed when he was in his 60s, born in the mid 1800s, passed in the early 1900s. So, yeah, so I'll find out a little bit more, but for now, no grave, no photographed grave. So maybe we'll try again another time, but I'll check back in.